show. Real people, real places, real answers. It's brought to you by Get Involved in Your Community. And that's what we have to learn to do, to get involved in our community. Because the community, we have to do things to keep the community up. And also, you know, you have homes, you clean up around your home, you clean up your house, and you do all those things. Then another thing, you really have to do that because when you're doing that, and then train your children to do the same thing. See, training don't start in the school, it starts at home before they get to school. The time they get to school, if you really teach them, the teacher will have lesser problems. Because we is in this thing together. We can't expect no one to do our job. Because we have to learn first to do it yourself. Then there's someone to teach you. And mothers and dads, when you're home, get your kids and sit around the table. And then have discussions. Especially if you have 2 or 3 kids and what happened today in school, what happened that. And then what only thing you're doing, you are getting closer to them where they can come to you and talk to you. And then sometimes, even when they do things they shouldn't do, but sit and have that relationship. If they got a will enough mind to come tell you about it, you should try to ease because they're going to look at it a different way from the way you look at it. And so, because we're in this thing together, because you want to teach your kids certain things. You want to teach your kids if a kid act out in school, and if he come to you, don't set aside that kid in school. That's as simple as that. Because sooner or later, if he act out and everything, and the teacher going to be watching him, going to be watching you. And sometimes you don't even have to do nothing. If somebody do something, you looking and not looking at her, and what's going to happen? See, remember one thing. When the teacher talking, you shouldn't look at no one but the teacher. And you looking at someone else, and the teacher turn around and look, because sometimes teachers can see things you can't see. And then when they turn around, they see you looking like this to him, and then someone talking, first thing she going to say, why are you looking that way? You know what I mean? Now, why are you looking at him? I'm talking. And that's the reason it's very important to look at people when they're talking to you, especially when they explaining something to you. The reason that if someone asks you about something and then you explain it to them, they sitting and not paying attention, suppose if they miss it. If they miss it, then I ask you, say, well, you explain that again. But then I'll say, you wasn't paying attention no way. No. See how that works? When you do the same thing. So that's what I'm saying. It's all little techniques. And the most important thing is to listen and pay attention. Because you never know what you need out here in this world. Because you never know where you can go. But you got to be able to have a personality. And you can't just jump up and get angry because someone says something to you. Because always someone's going to say something you don't like. But you learn one thing. Don't hang around people say all these things and do all these things. Because you're better than that. You don't have to tell them nothing. A lot of kids say, hey, come on, go with me over here. I said, no, I'm staying here. I got something else to do. I did that many times. I didn't have nothing to do. But the person what asked me that, I just really don't know where he acted. Because, you know, he shows out and everything, and everybody be watching him. They be watching me too. And so you have to be very careful. That's the reason you have to pick your battles. If you know a kid getting in trouble, and then people see you hanging with that kid, being with that kid, what you think they gonna think? And something happened, you hanging with him. First thing they gonna think you doing the same thing, even you not doing it. And then you get upset. I ain't doing that. That was him doing that. Well, why are you hanging around someone doing that and you know they shouldn't do that? Huh? Just think about that. Why should you hang around with someone out of control and you hanging around them? See, what goes around comes around. You know, and so this is what you got to be. You got to be smarter than that. And they know how to make you talk, and they ain't doing nothing. They know how to do things, then they turn and look at him, then you turn around looking at him over there. You understand that? It's just a game you play. And in this world, there's a lot of game you play, but the game, will mess them up. But the same thing, a lot of people already messed up. And your job is to go to school and learn. And when you get home, explain the things that happen in school. And see, that way you and your mother and dad will be on one accord. And parents, talk to them about what you can't do, but you can do. Certain things, they not going to school. Say, oh, no, you can't do that because they're not going to allow that in school. Don't allow anything in your house what they don't allow in school. And that way, when they get to school, they already have some training. But you know, a lot of kids don't have no training. Some of you kids, some of them you talk to all the time, but they still, because we know what happened. They go to hang around other people doing it, and then they thought they're doing it. And so, that's what life is. See, life will give you what you give back. But you got to always remember one thing. If you want to make it in this society and have a good job, you have to go to school. Then another thing, you have to be obedient. Another thing, you can't be that fly off the hand and say what you want to say. Another thing, you have to respect yourself. Learn how to respect yourself. If you learn how to respect yourself, you can respect others. But if you don't know how to respect yourself, there's no way you can respect others. And that's just part of life. See, I learned in life will give you what you give it. If you put nothing in the bank, don't go to the bank getting something out now, because they will put you in jail. That's as simple as that, because it won't work. And so learn to treat everybody right. You hear what I say, everybody? But you know, first one you learn to treat right, treat yourself right. If you treat yourself right, it's hard for you to treat someone else wrong. But if you treat yourself wrong, I don't care. Anytime a person said they do something and they shouldn't do it, and you know they shouldn't do it, and they said they don't care, what you supposed to do? What you supposed to do? You supposed to cut him loose, cut her loose? Because you don't need to be around people that don't care. And they mean it. When they tell you the first time, believe them. Next time you get in trouble, then you get angry because you know the person act like that, and then here you is walking with him. Why you do that? Why you want to hang around with someone who don't want to do nothing? Do you want to go to school? You say you want to play basketball, football. How can you play basketball, not coming to school, not doing what you want to do? How can you be a doctor? But you want all these things, but you hang around people who don't want to do nothing. There's no way you can do anything if you hang around people that ain't doing nothing. A person already down, he sure can't lift you up. You got to be up to lift someone up. And another thing, a lot of time we go around worried about things we can't do nothing about. I'm going to say it again. We worry about things we can't do nothing about. Case in point, go to worrying about it snowing. Why you worried about it snowing? It snowed this time of year. Don't go talking about it's snowing. Here, man, in that snow, all that snow. Just shut up. You shut up. You know who you brainwashing yourself? If you look at that snow and look how beautiful it looks, even if you had to go out there and do it, so snow really look good, then you got to learn how to motivate yourself. That's why you motivate yourself. Just go to the sand and say, man, I love putting the snow. I'm going to play in the snow some. You ain't doing nothing else but sitting in the house watching TV. And what you're watching, you shouldn't be watching it. Think about it. Then you go to complaining about things happen. Well, this right here happened to me. Okay, tell me why it happened to you. Well, I got in trouble with the teacher. Well, why you got in trouble with the teacher? 9 out of 10, you ask them that, they can't tell you. You know, they can start off telling you, but after a while, it catch up with them. And you can tell them they're telling a lie. They can't finish it. you can tell them when people telling a lie. Not only kids, yourself. And parents, you have to be very careful yourself now. The same thing. Where your kids live, how you live. Don't try to teach them to do everything you not doing. All of them just saying, start getting that together in yourself. When you do anything wrong, let your kids know you do that wrong. Yeah, I guarantee you, if you let your kid tell your kid about something you do wrong, I guarantee you'll stop it. But if you don't tell them, it's okay. Why not okay? It ain't never okay to do the wrong thing. Then teach that to them. And teach them like people, treat people nice. A lot of people, they don't say good morning. Teach them to say good morning. Why? You'd be surprised the things I have really got by acting nice to people. Good morning. How are you? I say, how are you? And with a smile. Why? Most of the time I get a smile back. Most of the time they'll come up there and say, well, how you doing? I said, well, I'm doing fine. How you doing? Don't go up. It's snowing out there. Man, I'm tired of this snow. I'm tired of this snow. I'm late because, man, this right here. Then, waking up in the morning, you know you're supposed to get up. You know the bus coming. You know you're supposed to get up at 5 o'clock. Here you is trying to stay in the bed till 6 o'clock. And you know the bus going to be there in 15 minutes. And here you is. Then you get up and get angry with anybody getting your way, you get angry. Does that make sense? See, you're training yourself. What you doing now, you are training yourself. You can take that to the bank. If you're doing wrong now, you are training yourself. Like going to work. Want to get there just on time. Supposing the red light stop you or have an accident. Then you can't get there. Then when you get there, everybody go to looking at you because you're late. Then you get mad. Why are you looking at me? Ain't nobody looking at me. They're looking at me. They're supposed to look at you. You looking at yourself. Why you do yourself like that? Then you get paid. You get paid. And you know you might be a month behind in your RG&E bill. You know you're about a month behind. You know you're about a month. You're just not quite a month, but you're a month behind. And here you is, you get paid. Then you go and get some jeans or something, and the people want to cut your lights off. Or does that make sense? When people don't trust you. Can you get a job? The man don't trust you? Huh? Just think about that. See, that's what we don't understand. You get what you're sending out. And that's really you have to do things. You know, you're going to work. Let's say you're going to school. You're going to work in the summer. Do you get on the bus the time the last bus comes? You should be to work an hour before time. Make sure you got something to do, or read your book, or play your music or something. Put it in your ear, and something be there before time. Don't just walk right in there. You walk right in there, they're going to walk you right out. And a lot of people have walked in, but they walked out. Because responsibility. Then knowing how to treat someone. If you're a supervisor, respect him. Once you disrespect your supervisor around people, and he's going to always hold out against you. But some people don't. And watch what you say. Be nice to people. When he asks you to do something, don't say, well, why are you asking me? Go ahead and do it. Go ahead, that they're paying you to do it. Even if the other person never do nothing. If you go on a job and everybody's sitting down, your job is to do so and so and so, you do what you're supposed to do. Don't worry about them sitting there. You're not taking care of them. You're taking care of yourself. You're not building a foundation for them. You're building one for yourself. Then you mess around and put the wrong thing in that foundation. You know what happened? It's going to come out. You put cussing in there, bad, don't want to listen to no one. You want to talk all the time. You know you're on the job. You know you should keep your mouth shut, but you go talk anytime. When the people fire you, then you, oh, they fired me. Yeah, they're supposed to fire you. Get fired again, you do the same thing. People ain't got to love you. But the same thing, they hired you to do a job. And they ain't hired you to come there and run the job. Run there and want to take the job over. Everywhere you go, you want to take over. And you can't even take over yourself and live right yourself. You try to make everybody live like you live. Why you want to do yourself like that? Do it make sense? You hate yourself. That's what you call hate. When a person hate themselves, they hate themselves and not enough to get up in the morning to go to school. And they know that the only way you can make it in this society and get a job and do what you're supposed to do, you got to go to school. Then they don't want to go to school. Well, how you going to make it in this society? When you don't go to school and don't learn, you done cut yourself off. Most of the time you're going to prison. That's just as simple as that. You know it. I don't care how young you know that. But why you want to go to prison? Why you don't want to do what you're supposed to do? Something wrong with that? Everybody would make it. They had to go to school. Why you think you so big and bad you don't have to go to school? Because they love you because the way you look. Yeah, you don't look that good to me. And I don't think you look that good to yourself. When you look at yourself, you hate yourself. Treating your mother wrong, treating everybody in the family wrong, and you know it's wrong. Hey, you know something? My time is up. But it's so good talking to you. Because we're going to talk about other things. How to treat yourself, how to talk to people, the way to carry yourself with love, not this other stuff, because you got it. All you have to do is just use it. Okay, see you later. Real people, real places, real answers. Brought to you by Get Involved in Your Community. Thank you.